slice everybody. Well, last week's video we worked on the backhand slice, and this week we're going to work on kind of an underrated shot that's not used a lot, but it's really important to have in your bag of tricks when you're playing an opponent, just to neutralize them, and it's called the forehand slice. And remember, the grip, just like with the backhand slice, is going to be a continental grip. So the way you want to think of a forehand slice is it's pretty much like an elongated volley at the net. So it's not a really huge backswing and a huge kind of strike at the ball. It's more of a little bit of a finesse shot, and there's some interesting kind of things that you can practice to kind of get yourself the feel of it. The best way to teach this to people that really want to learn how to do it is that you get them to have the racket in their continental grip, and you just have them stand here and just bounce a ball, and then what they do is they just lightly kind of open the racket face and just kind of push through it like this. Now, one of the things that will happen when you're experimenting with that, sometimes you'll see that your ball goes up too high, and you won't like that because it kind of sets up, and then the opponent sometimes can kind of tee off on it a little bit better than they should be able to. So what you would want to do is you'd want to close the racket face. So you have to kind of play around with the different openings and closings of the racket face to get a feel for it. So on this next 4 balls, I didn't like the height of my ball right there. I'm going to see if I can hit it with a little bit more closed racket face. That was a good one right there. That's another good one right there. It's got a little bit more pace to it. And when I'm making contact with the ball, again, I'm keeping my head down and I'm just kind of pushing through it. And again, like I said, it's not a humongous swing, but let's say that you want to add a little bit more power to it. Let's say that you feel pretty comfortable just kind of pushing through. Then what you can do is you can add a little bit higher backswing. So when you take the racket back, you just take it back. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backswing, you're going to go back at about a 3.5. Go back just a little bit bigger. Start your racket slightly open, and then you're going to come down to the ball. And as you come down to the ball, try to see if you can close the racket face and then swing out to the target. So it's going to look like this. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. And then what you can do is you can do variations of placement of where you want to hit the ball. So for instance, if I want to try to go down the line in that right side of the court, I can go this way, and then let's say I want to hit the ball cross court, I just hit it a little bit earlier this way. And so you just play around with the feel of the racket face, and as you make contact with it again, what you're doing is you're making sure that as you start, you make sure you turn your upper body, come down and through. Okay, and just like we talked about with the cousins of underspin on the backhand, with a forehand slice, there's a really cool shot called a drop shot. And drop shots are nothing more than taking the same swing, and instead of closing the racket, you open the racket face a little bit, and so the ball goes more shallow like that, and you can drop it over the net. So it goes like this, and you just drop it over the net. So it's a nice deceptive way to kind of fake out your opponent, because you can go up to a ball like you're going to really hit it deep, and then you can lay it on a table and let go of the grip, and that will just drop it over the net. So it gives you a whole different array of shots. Okay? I hope that helps you guys.